That's a great look at our location tonight. The home of the Suns here in downtown Phoenix. 2K Sports presents Thursday night of the NBA with Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan, and we're pleased to have on the sidelines tonight David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Chris Paul is still searching for his first title. Came close in Houston, but was traded, and by some was written off as over the hill. CP said, "I control what I can. That's preparing to play every night. Doesn't matter how successful my season was or wasn't, I'm always going to strive and push myself." Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, DA. And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Washington and Zeller are in the middle. Terry Rozier is out there with Ball, and it's Bridges in at the small forward. And for the Suns, Booker and Bridges are the wings. Johnson is out there with DeAndre Ayton, and it's Paul in at the point guard position. Here we go. So Phoenix will get the first possession. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
How about the ability to knife inside the defense? Chris Paul has been outstanding as a dribble driver his entire career.
Now, here's Rozier. Passes it to Washington. Ball feeling it out a bit. And it's good for two.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Now here's Paul. A rebound by Washington.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Rozier kicks to Washington. Ball up top. He's guarded by Johnson. Bridges, no one around him. And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That is his first foul of the game. And now just over a minute played here in the first. That's to Rozier. Ayton with the block.
That's an encouraging sign for sure. Boy, when DeAndre Ayton is hustling and focused, he can send it back with the best of them.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Paul's shot is off. The Hornets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Boy, that was a momentum killer to start last season, wasn't it, Greg? 25-game suspension for DeAndre Ayton.
And he sprained his ankle in his return game. The Suns at full strength, able to win some games. He's obviously a huge part of their future.
And so here's Phoenix following the bucket by the Hornets. And again, it's the Suns missing.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
Good.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Well, major height disadvantage. He recognizes that and still able to score it.
Paul passes to Johnson, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
Night after night, game after game, Chris Paul understands where to put the ball and when. Nicely done.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
Some changes for Charlotte. Bacon, he's checked in for Miles Bridges. Batum comes in for Rozier. And Devontae Graham subbed in for Ball. Three-pointer, Graham. It's hauled in by the Suns. Ball goes in. That one goes. Count it. Paul's got his second bucket tonight.
And right there you see Devin Booker's feel for the game. This guy knows exactly when to give it up.
Graham against Paul. To the paint. Here's Zeller. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton.
Great contest by the defender. If that's a dunk, you've got to put down in his face.
Kicks it out to Booker. Goes up to the stripe. Offensive rebound. Pass to Bridges. Launches it. That's good from Booker on the assist for Bridges.
Well, this is Devin Booker's specialty. Consistent at finding all kinds of ways to score from beyond that arc.
Here's Graham. And Graham throws it down.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with two hands on that stuff. Kicks it out to Paul. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And the basket by Johnson.
Boy, is it fun to watch Chris Paul dissect the defense. This guy is such a shrewd passer.
Paul against Graham. Here's Bacon. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Phoenix ahead, leading by a point. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. Well, recently, Chris Paul talked about adding some levity to the game.
It sounds so generic to say we have fun, but like we may lose a game here or there, but you know everybody's still.
Yeah, from what we've seen, Greg, these guys naturally get along.
And you add in the guiding hand of Chris Paul. This team can beat anyone on any night because they're so connected.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And taking a look at the Suns' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
They just came into this game with the mindset of sharing the basketball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Hornets, Washington and Zeller are in the middle. Devontae Graham is out there with Batum, and it's Bacon in at the 3 slot. Here's Graham. The Suns getting the bucket. The pass to Bacon. From the wing. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity. You know, you think back to DeAndre Ayton's college career, he demonstrated three-point range, and while he's eager to show that in the NBA, the Suns want him to attack the rim.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Charlotte calls timeout.
And Monty Williams said, offensively, Ayton's got to be 80% beast, 20% shooter.
The reason they say that, Greg, is they want him to exploit the elite physical tools he brings to the game. If he can draw more fouls, he can get to the free throw line. And he's such a good shooter there, it only makes sense.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Bridges is checked in for Zeller. Rozier comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Ball subbed in for Devontae Graham. Here's Bacon. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Ball dishes to Bridges. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Great talkers over the years. Trash talkers on the floor in this league. You think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that.
No, we don't do that.
Here's Bacon. Following the basket by Chris Paul. Bacon, the pass to Bridges. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Bridges has got his first 2 points of the night.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Ball looking over the floor. shoots over Washington. And Ayton throws it down.
Well, the length and athleticism of DeAndre Ayton make that an easy opportunity.
Ball with it. 1:53 left to play in the first half. Shot from the top of the key. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. One-on-one fast break. Ball with the ball. Now guarded by Ball. And the dunk by Booker.
Well, you love watching Devin Booker finish with power. He refuses to settle for the layup. Nice aggressiveness there.
Ball against Ball. Outside, Ball. Knocked away. And here we go. Fast break. Ball's got it. Wants to get it to Booker and does.
Yeah, Devin Booker, shiftiness, gets himself into the paint. So aggressive, and it pays off.
Man, such an easy release for Devin Booker. Doesn't have to elevate that much to get that shot off.
And what that means, Greg, is that smooth stroke translates into the three-point shootout. Booker with the all-time record, 28 points in a round. That leads to a victory in 2018 in that contest. That was special.
First one falls for him.
Well, Devin Booker has proven to be a capable shooter from every spot on the floor, including the free throw line. This guy has become a must-watch.
Cody Zeller's checked in for Washington. And so he makes both from the line.
And Devin Booker in the third year of that 5-year, $158 million contract, coming off his first All-Star selection and his most efficient scoring season. Man, it's hard to imagine what's coming next.
I think, Greg, he's desperate to make the playoffs, right? He's doing his part. He's improving on the defensive end. He's been an eye-popping scorer throughout the early part of his career. Now it's all about, can he create team success?
It's his first trip to the line.
And he was dialed in at the line a season ago, 87% from the line.
Good from Rozier.
And talk about playing small. Last year, Charlotte had Rozier and Devontae Graham on the floor together for much of the time. Both players right around 6'1". But you know what? They held their own.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Bacon. And Devontae Graham subbed in for Ball. He's perfect from the line this time.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
Ball kicks to Booker. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the half.
Quality decision-making off that pick and roll. Booker just taking what the defense gives him.
Hornets trail by 9. And here is Rozier. From 10 feet out, Johnson with the block. 6 to shoot. Batum wide open. He fires. Rebound by the Suns. Ayton's got his 4th rebound in this one. And the dunk by Booker.
I mean, this is one of the best point guards the NBA has ever seen. Chris Paul doing work with the pass.
Now here's Graham. There's the 3. No good there. Clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Suns ahead. They finish off the second quarter with a massive 16-6 run. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, a very effective first half. What are you seeing that allows you to attack them so effectively?
Well, in one of these games is very up-tempo, fast-paced, and, you know, if they just run, I have fun, you know, assisting and passing them the ball, so it's a fun game for me.
Game's easy when you play downhill. Thanks, Chris. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Devin Booker putting in some incredible work. He had 13 points. Such a tremendous floor leader. CP3 has been mentioned by many as a potential head coach.
Well, if he decides to do that, that would be interesting. He'd be good at it. I think he has great instincts. He's a great motivator. He could do it.
As much as he talks in the court, can you imagine him from the sidelines? Oh, I wouldn't want to be a ref working one of those things.
Would you like to play for him?
I most certainly will not.
Not this. What about this?
He must have been a joy to coach. That's what they say.
Yeah.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take it down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my main man, Joel.
Joel, what up?
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Booker and Bridges are the wings. Ayton is out there with Johnson. And it's Paul in at the point. Who's out there for Phoenix. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's mobile one block?
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Here's Washington. We hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I play, there was an era, you know, you can hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach. And you can see he just has a great overall feel for this game. Excellent job tonight.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get the ball to guys where they can score it.
And so it's Charlotte with it after the Suns pick up 2. And Zeller kicks to Bridges. 5 on the clock. Passes to Rozier. And the Hornets miss again.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Paul for 3. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And the Hornets call time here.
And no doubt Coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
And Bacon's checked in for Charlotte. Devontae Graham comes in for Rozier. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. They need this. And Ball with the lay-in. Ball's got 6 points.
Boy, when he's this deep, it's going to be tough to stop him, especially with a smaller defender.
Here's Paul. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting very healthy, 6 for 9.
Well, to a good point guard, running the pick and roll in the NBA is second nature. Chris Paul's been doing this a long, long time.
Here's Bacon. No points in the game yet for him. Washington kicks to Green. Off target with his three.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded. And Doris, Mikal Bridges, how about 2 national titles in the 3 seasons at Villanova? Got better each and every year.
And think about in his junior season, he becomes one of only 8 major conference players in college basketball history to average 1 block and 1.5 steals while also shooting over 40% from three-point range. Boy, that is the perfect resume for a 3-and-D wing.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, it's a misnomer that in the era of three-point shooting, people don't want anyone to take mid-range shots. Many of the league's elite players still thrive there. Kawhi Leonard is one, and he explained how. He said it's hard to defend guys that shoot twos. Once you get to the playoffs, it becomes a half-court game. Teams won't allow you to take wide-open shots or threes. Guys, back to you.
D.A., thank you.
I'll tell you, Bridges, you see the athleticism, the improving skill set, and the instincts are coming along.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Charlotte. Both free throws good from Bridges. And it's Phoenix's ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Paul inside. Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
Hornets trail by 21. Down low. Here's Bridges. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Bridges has got 6.
Adept at maintaining his balance on the way up. Bridges, a strong player who can play through contact.
Johnson got the loose ball, but that will be a backcourt violation. Hornets have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Graham, the pass to Washington. Graham surveying the floor. Here's Bridges. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Ayton.
He's good at drawing fouls. Bridges plays well in traffic and through the contact.
For Charlotte, they have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6. Shooting 2. And the first one drops. Cody Zeller's checked in for Washington. Free throws good from Bridges.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Top of the key. Booker in the post. Defended by Batum. A nice shot by Booker.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Against Graham. And so it's Phoenix taking a 19-point lead into the break. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Greg, how special was it for you that you had your number 50 retired at UNLV?
You know, that's something I can honestly say. As a kid, you dream about a lot of things, winning, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed, to have your jersey hanging up in an arena. That was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly. Born and raised.
On the court for Charlotte, you got Terry Rozier. Batum is out there with Bingyan. Then there's Devontae Graham. And it's Zeller in at the 5 spot.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
Here's Graham following the score by Phoenix. Up and in on the layup.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Ball passes to Booker. Back the ball. And they double up Paul. The feed to Booker. 6 on the shot clock. Bridges for 3. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Bring him against Paul. And taken away by Paul. Fast break, here come the Suns. And the dunk by Booker.
Devin Booker has got a 70-point game in his history. He is cooking. You might want to check him tonight.
Graham gets a wide open look. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Rozier against Booker. Back the ball. Pocket 6. To the middle. And stolen by Zeller. And now here's Rozier, the fast break chance.
The lightning quickness of Rozier, proving how dangerous he is when the break is on.
Paul against Graham. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
At the line for your Suns, Chris Paul. Taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
I am very confident that Chris Paul is a future Hall of Famer. Not only accomplished between the lines for well over a decade, both offensively and defensively, but years and years of service for the good of the game.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Washington comes in for Dwayne Bacon. And it's Miles Bridges in for Nicholas Batum. Pass to Rozier. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Lays it up and banks it in.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Suns.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this is a great team effort by everyone.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Chris Paul.
This guy putting on a passing clinic. If you want to know how to run an offense, roll back the tape from the season.
The Hornets have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the 4th quarter on a roll. Pass to Zeller. To the right side. Graham from outside. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
Paul passes to Johnson. Back to Paul. And they double up Paul. The pass to Bridges. Paul outside. From deep. Shot clock at 5. Here's Johnson. Graham with the rebound. And so Graham will bring it up for the Hornets. Washington, that's good.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
So it's the Suns winning easily here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, it seemed like you really wanted to set the tone tonight, and you really wanted this game to go through you. What was the focus?
Just trying to be aggressive. You know, my teammates going to follow me, not only on the offensive end, but on the defensive end. So hopefully it just gives us a little momentum.
Well, you built on it, and you got the job done when you had to. Thanks, Chris. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.